This stretch of coastline in the UK is called Margate, and unfortunately bits of it seem to be falling off, so I want to photograph them before they all disappear into the sea and get turned into like a Starbucks or an IKEA or something. You see, I'm weirdly passionate about finding some old broken stuff and making it look as beautiful as I can, and luckily this 1 mile stretch gave me plenty of opportunities to give that a go. So I'm going to share my innermost thoughts on how I'm composing each shot and share my settings with you as we walk along. So this Lido sign's been photographed like hundreds of times, so I wanted to do something a bit different, hence shooting through this little archway and trying to make this sort of weird like triangle shape for the tower to sit in the middle of. I'm going for like a really formal composition with this one, like classic, like dead on symmetrical, but I quite like that the red window on the left is gone.
Alright.
I'm not going to lie, it made me a little bit sad when that couple didn't say hello back to me. It just reminded me of being back at school when all the kids who were good at football used to call me a for playing the saxophone. This was nice and simple again, just really like that font and just shot into the corner. Looking back as I come up these stairs, I noticed there's so many 45-degree lines, so I just built a little image out of that and stuck the Lido sign top left. So I'm getting excited about that little blue sign on the stairway, similar to the last composition really, but just simpler. Yeah, forgive my little clumsy dismount there. It's really hard climbing over a fence with a 360 camera on your shoulder. So no surprises what I'm about to do here. I've got a completely uninterrupted backdrop, so I go for something nice and simple and central. When shooting something like this in portrait, you've got a lot of space in the sky and on the ground. So because this ground is so interesting with all the different textures, I basically tried to place the shapes in like a pleasing way that leads your eye towards the subject. I was looking for something interesting here, but I was just scared of falling off. So I walked off thinking I was done with this, and then when I turned round I could see this old painted sign, which I think has ended up being one of my favourites from the whole trip, to be honest. Compositionally it's quite simple, following the rule of thirds, but I think the subject matter is so interesting here I didn't need to do anything fancy. This is a kind of frame within a frame situation. Just wanted to put the sign inside that little railing. Here my attention was grabbed by the fact that those railings disappear into the sand. Like, I'm assuming the sand must have got deeper over time, because otherwise why are you building railings disappearing into a beach? I've spotted some really nice writing on the floor. Never stop dancing, good advice. But yeah, I got distracted by a scream that came from the tunnel on my right. Spooky stuff. I really like the way those little houses are like peeking up over the cliff top. So I did a really simple comp, just cutting the image in half from top to bottom diagonally with the house sitting nicely in the middle. I had a few things to consider with this one. I wanted to get a shot of that pink staircase, but I felt like if I went landscape there'd be too many things in the scene that are irrelevant to the subject. And if I went portrait, I've got a very, very plain floor taking up a lot of my frame. So basically I'm just searching for a puddle here to put in my foreground just to fill the comp out a little bit more. This, weirdly, is an old lift that used to take people from the top of the cliff down to the beach, and I thought it looked quite Art Deco. So the first comp I've got like the wall hugging the sand. And then this one I've done a little bit more of like a formal dead on. Yeah, properly in love with that font. Cool, so this is where I found out that this camera has a 25-minute limit per clip. Probably something I should have checked before having it on my shoulder for an hour and a half, but anyway, here's all the rest of the photos. Quick snap. Hello mate.
Yeah, you alright?
Yeah, I've accidentally walked to Margate.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
I know. Can you pick me up?